where did you? Anything you want.
The Tron, TRX, bull is on the way, and it's going to be massive. The Tron blockchain project has been gathering lots of great news and hype for several weeks now, yet the TRX price has either gone down or remained stagnant. Is this what we should keep expecting from TRX? Not at all. There's much speculation going around about why TRX has not taken off despite all of the successes Tron who said recently, but the reason is quite simple and straightforward. The whole market is stuck because of a bearish run that started last January and has not gone away so far. It affects Bitcoin, which, in turn, prevents TRX to perform. This happens because most of the TRX transactions in the world are done through Bitcoin, so Tron's coin is still very dependent on how Bitcoin does. If you care to do a little research, try and compare Bitcoin's performance chart with TRX's. You'll notice that both charts feature the same basic shape and the only difference between both is the scale. The Tron project is very ambitious, unique, and it has a very involved community, but as long as Bitcoin's performance keeps holding it back, there's not much to do but to wait. This won't be last forever. Tron has access to 100 million users currently, and as new apps are developed and released, and the users start buying and trading the coin, the demand for TRs will uncouple itself from Bitcoin's performance, and it will become independent regarding market trends. There's every reason to believe that Tron will shine soon. The mainnet launch was a success, as was the virtual machine launch. Then the Tron Foundation bought BitTorrent and announced Project Atlas, which will be a merge between the Tron network and BitTorrent, which is expected to increase BitTorrent's performance significantly and also make it more useful by giving incentives to torrent users so that they seed their content for longer times. A lot is going for Tron, and some new partnerships are being rumored. A delegation from Twitter recently was seen at Tron's HQ, which has fueled the belief that some kind of collaboration could be in the works. Alibaba has also been rumored forever to be very interested in Tron's ideas and currency, especially because Jack Ma's, Alibaba's founder and CEO, and Justin Sun, Tron's CEO and founder, are known to be very close friends. Lots of neutral observers are making suggestions to boost Tron's asset value, such as a coin burn, increased marketing, and other things. But as long as the whole crypto market is suffering and Bitcoin keeps underperforming, those measures are band-aids for a situation that needs major surgery. Tron remains one of the most exciting projects in the cryptosphere. As time goes on, it will keep moving forward. Decentralized apps will be developed to run over the new mainnet, and that will bring new users, new demand for the token, and additional usefulness. That's how value is created. A bullish run is on the way for Tron and the whole market. It's impossible to give dates for it, but it will happen if only because bullish runs are entirely unavoidable, delayed as they often are. And when it does, knowing all the fantastic features Tron has, you can be sure that TRX's price will explode big time. So if you hold some TRX, don't sell out of fear. Be patient and wait, because Tron is barely a year old and the best is still to come. Stay bullish on Tron, TRX. Here are 3 reasons why Tron's TRX currency is currently at $0.03941, even though its value increased excellently in the last couple of days, but still, it's way down from where it was last January. But that's not a problem inherent to Tron or TRX, TRX, but to the whole market. Every single coin has lost a lot of ground during the year. But some of them are undervalued, and some other could be at their correct level. TRX, TRX is among the most undervalued digital assets in the world, but it holds a lot of promise in long term. It's doing everything right, and it will go through the roof sooner or later. So there's every reason to stay bullish about it, but, just to keep things short and readable, I will give you only 3. The mainnet is here. And it works. After months of anticipation, Tron's new mainnet was launched and it was a resounding success. EOS also released its new mainnet around the same time, but there was a vast difference between both launches. Tron's went smoothly, and EOS was a colossal mess, plagued with bugs and flaws, so it had to be delayed several times over. It's not just that it works. Users have attested after the launch that the new platform delivers on all of the promises Justin Sun made way before the release date. Let's remember that when Mr. Sun tweeted the features and specifications, the new mainnet would feature, he didn't only face a lot of skepticism, but he was also mocked and attacked, primarily by the leaders of other blockchain projects who claimed that those specifications were either impossible or just too good to be true. Ethereum took particular offense to that. Now users are tweeting about how fast, how reliable and how cheap everything is. They are vindicating every single promise Mr. Sun made. This fantastic success will boost Mr. Sun credibility, the foundations, and the coins. One more thing to consider is that the new mainnet's job is not just to support the TRX currency but also to be a blockchain operating system that enables developers to create decentralized applications. This is not to be underestimated, as good apps will bring about new users that will be using and demanding TRONix either implicitly or explicitly. Tron's new platform has been great news, however you might want to look at it yourself. Justin Sun, the Tron Foundation, has been around since last September only, and in that short time its founder and CEO, Justin Sun, is already considered one of the, if not only, most charismatic and relevant leader in the cryptosphere. His track record as a businessman is beyond doubt. He founded Po, which is the most popular messaging application in China and some other Asian regions. He's a close friend of Alibaba's Jack Ma, who was his teacher and protector at his own university. Mr. Ma has an instinct for flair and marketing that is simply unmatched by any other leader in the blockchain community. The perfect mix of power nerd and entrepreneur. But more importantly, so far, Justin Sun has delivered on every single promise he's made, and some of them were incredibly bold and seemed like just a marketing ploy. They weren't. There's every reason to believe that Mr. Sun's leadership will keep the already enthusiastic Tron community tight and happy, and the project moving on. Rest assured that TRX's price will go up sooner or later if Justin Sun in person has to drag it there. The Tron community, did you know that TRX is currently held by more than 426,000 people in 60 different countries? The community is vast, more significant than most others, but that's not all. It's united, it's enthusiastic, they are all using the TRX coin in trades and to pay for goods and services, if possible, because they understand that such is the way in which a project like this can really take off big time. The sheer size of this community implies that the Tron blockchain will never be short of developers and new decentralized apps, and as those apps get released and prove their usefulness, that, in turn, will bring about new community members and demand for the TRX asset. This is the kind of digital community that can keep a project going when things stall, but also to make it incredibly prosperous when things go their way. So don't let appearances deceive you. Tron's current low price, yes, it increased in the last couple of days, but it is still undervalued, is not a sign of failure, it's an opportunity to get into the game at the best possible moment. Here is how Tron, TRX, will become the Apple of crypto and blockchain. The late Apple co-founder, Steve Jobs, was meticulous and particular about how Apple products would look and function. Some had even branded him as a perfectionist with an eye for innovation. He was also a visionary and believed that creativity should not be curtailed in the development of a consumer product. The same visionary characteristic can be seen in the CEO of the Tron, TRX, project, Justin Sunday. During the launch of Tron's testnets and Mayot, we saw how he was keen on every detail of the project, including constant updates to the Tron fans in a relaxed manner via social media. It is with such a brief background of the late legendary Steve Jobs and the Apple company he built, that one can also compare the Tron, TRX, project to a young Apple company in the late 80s and 90s. Back then, the Apple company was not reinventing the wheel with the Macintosh computer, but rather, they improved on an already existing concept and personalized it for the user. The machine had color graphics as well as developer capability. Looking at the Tron Mayot and the about-to-be-released Tron Virtual Machine, we see that it is a bud of the Ethereum platform. There is nothing much different apart from the fact that the Mayot has 2000 transactions per second and that transactions on the Tron Mayot will be free to a certain degree. Any user or dApps that wishes to use the bandwidth of the network that exceeds the free zone, will be charged extra. Once the Tron Mayot and the Tron Virtual Machine are adopted by smart contract developers, here is where the next stage of the Tron project will begin: massive adoption. The massive adoption will include preferring the Tron network for dApps and possibly ICOs, as well as the yet-to-materialize concept of decentralizing the web. The possibilities of the Tron project are endless, the same way the Apple company has stayed afloat for over 30 years through the release of revolutionary consumer-friendly products. Apple has continually exceeded expectations by releasing hit product after hit product. Signature products of the company include the iPod, iPhone, MacBook, iPad, just to name a few. The Tron project is sure to release numerous apps in the future as well as utilize BitTorrent in the grand scheme of things. There is also the added question as to how the adult industry through Pornhub will take the Tron Mayot to a higher level.